I'm Billy Atkins.
And I'm Nelson Oliver.
And we're off the beaten path.
This is our hour-long Halloween special, and we are so excited to do this one.
Well, Nelson's going to teach you some tricks, and we're going to hunt some ghosts.
I'm going to show you how to make some creepy decorations with some apples.
And we're going to take you to a state park that has a very haunting legend behind it.
Come along on this mysterious journey. This is going to be fun. Hey everybody.
How you doing?
We're at Hungry Mother State Park this time around for this Halloween special. A pretty nice campground. Let's see, they have showers.
They have showers. They have power right here at the campsite and water.
They have a lot of stuff we're not used to.
It's almost not like camping.
No, not really. We're camping right next to this babbling creek. Yeah, this is gonna be a good time. And we have neighbors. We're usually used when we're filming and we're camping. There's like no one around.
Nobody likes to go camping.
Yeah, and you know there are people around us. We have neighbors.
The place is pretty hopping.
Yeah. So, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Hey everybody, it's a little bit after 5 o'clock, and so we're quickly setting up the tent, and we are not setting up my tent. Billy is setting up a tent that he built, some new contraption that he made. Looks like it's made out of a parachute, I don't know. But it's way bigger than my tent. Let's see, let's take a peek inside and see what's inside this thing. All right. Yep. Oh, that's just ground. That's just dirt and with a covering on it. There is a floor to this thing, isn't it?
Absolutely, there's absolutely a floor to this thing. I've got a mesh internet that's going to go inside of this. It's a lot easier to set up the vestibule on this one first. So you know, and I can actually make this thing pretty tall. So technically, you could probably fit about 4 adults shoulder to shoulder in this one. It's a pretty large tent.
And you built this, right?
I built this.
Now tell me, Billy, and I just want to show you guys. You know, a normal tent has poles, right? That comes with a tent, and you put them on the tent. And this thing is pretty much just staked down with normal stakes, and the poles that he's using are twofold. I'm just very intrigued. If you notice, that's a, what do you call that exactly?
That's a hiking pole or trekking pole. You use it, you know, you go up your mountain, you hold this, you know. So it reduces weight by eliminating poles entirely.
And so that's what's holding up the tent right now. It's just two hiking poles. And I'll be happier when I get to see a floor in the bottom of the tent. Otherwise, we can do it like survival style. Just sleep on the ground.
Well, a lot of people do it that way.
A lot of homeless people do it that way. Okay, the tent that Billy made that we're camping in tonight is complete. So I'll show you the top part again and what it looks like, and then we'll open it up and let you see the inside. I'm impressed.
I finished tweaking it. We're good.
I'm impressed. So this is Billy's work. It's actually it's decently sized, man. Now let's let them see what the inside looks like.
I've got the internet in now, so. And one of the great designs about this tent is I can loosen this up. You can get a look.
Wow. Yeah. You know, I was concerned about there not being a bottom. This is great. This is really, really great. Look at that. Man, that's going to be interesting. Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
What's going to be even more relaxing is the fact that we're under a bunch of acorn trees. We're going to get hit in the head sooner or later with one, but we're going to be hearing that all night. It's going to be like, thump.
Yeah, instead of rain, we have acorns.
Acorns. Yeah, I'm impressed, man.
Yeah, thank you.
You give Billy like a tarp and some fishnet pantyhose, he'll just make you a shelter out of it.
Keep the bugs away too.
Yeah. So we're by the old campfire again.
Here at Hungry Mother State Park.
And Billy's dressed up as a
miner.
a minor, and I'm dressed up as a robber.
He's a burglar.
Never know when you need to rob someone. Anyway, it's an American tradition to
Tell ghost stories by the campfire.
yeah. So what better time of year to do that than
Right now.
right now?
Yeah. This time of year.
Would you like to hear a tale? Would you?
Absolutely.
I'm going to tell you how Hungry Mother State Park got its name. Legend has it
That when Indians destroyed several settlements on the New River south of the park, Molly Marley and her small child were among the survivors taken to the raiders' base north of the park. Molly and her child eventually escaped, wandering through the wilderness, eating berries. Molly finally collapsed and her child wandered down the creek until she found help. The only words the child could utter were, "Hungry mother." When the search party arrived at the foot of the mountain where she had collapsed, they found Molly dead. Today, the mountain is Molly's Knob, and the stream Hungry Mother Creek. When the park was developed in the 1930s, the creek was dammed to form Hungry Mother Lake.
And that's the legend of Hungry Mother State Park. I'm hungry, Mother. Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
So, how'd you sleep?
I slept pretty good. I had some crazy dreams about a mole.
A mole?
Yeah. He's trying to crawl up underneath our tent.
Yeah, I was having weird dreams too. I don't know. I was just having like weird dreams of children around a creek, kind of like The Shining, creepy eyes, black eyes. Shouldn't have told that legend last night about Hungry Mother State Park. Creeped me out a little bit. Gave me nightmares. Let's see. It's raining a little bit this morning, which is really relaxing. And this tent that Billy put together was really nice. Yeah.
Seems to be shedding the rain pretty well.
Yeah. And right behind us we have a little creek. That was really relaxing to fall asleep to last night. And of course with the acorns falling out of the trees and scaring you once in a while. Yeah. Alright. You know, they have a shower house here.
I know. We could take a shower today.
We're not
used to this.
No, we don't normally camp in places that have shower houses. So, we might take advantage of that today. Hey folks, Nelson Oliver here again. Before I teach you how to make your little surprise decoration with apples, I thought we should learn something about apples besides just getting some apples. So I came out here to Eikenberry Orchard and I found Jennifer here. And Jennifer, who are you? How are you affiliated to Eikenberry?
I'm Jennifer Eikenberry. I am a fifth generation farmer for this business. My parents have been growing apples here, and my family has for almost 100 years now.
Wow. Wow. 100 years of apple growing. So you're the one I need to talk to.
I hope I can help you.
Okay, now I think we can. Let's see. What kind of apples do you grow here at Eikenberry?
We grow about 14 different kinds of apples.
There are 14 different types of apples?
There's actually thousands of different kinds of apples.
Really?
And we just grow 14 different kinds here. Some of the most popular are Golden Delicious, Stamen, Fuji, Gala, Winesap, York, Mutsu. I mean, I could keep going. There's a lot.
I only know of 2 apples, green and red. Wow. Well, that's a lot of apples. How old can an apple tree become?
Some of our oldest apple trees produce roughly about 50 years.
50 years. So for some people, that's a lifetime.
Yeah.
Right? Let's see. What's your opinion, or what do you think is the benefit of buying and eating local produce?
Well, I think it's really important to know where your fruit and produce comes from. It's where it's grown locally, you know where it comes from, you know who's handled it, you have the basic idea of what's been put on it. And you're also supporting your local economy, your local farmer, local business, which is really important.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of putting stuff on apples, and I know this isn't a question I brought up to you before we turned the camera on. It just brought up a question though. What is an apple's predator?
Lots of things. Of course, insects. There's stink bugs are a big problem on the apples.
I have problems with those in my house and everywhere else. Okay, apples have the same aggravation. That's good to know.
Lots of different bugs, worms, moths, and then there's also fungus and other sort of things that can get on the tree to cause defects or rot.
Okay, so pretty much anything can hurt an apple. Let's see. I got off topic. I forgot my questions. What's the difference between apple juice and apple cider?
Apple cider, well, they both come from apples, obviously. Apple cider has been filtered. It goes through a filtration process, whereas the apple juice still has sediment or like particulate matter of the apples.
Okay. Jennifer, I highly appreciate you coming out here and talking with us. I've actually learned a few things. I do have one more question, and this one's been bugging me. Why is it you think that in fairy tales, apples are usually given to people? Why is it always a poisonous apple? Are apples poisonous?
No.
Are the seeds? I think I've heard the seeds are poisonous.
No.
They're not.
No, I don't know that if it's something like way back in the past that's given an apple a bad rap somewhere. But I think apples are great. They've never harmed me.
Yeah, me neither. I was just wondering. You never given an apple to an ex-boyfriend?
No.
No?
I wouldn't waste a good apple on an ex-boyfriend.
Thank you so much. You've been a great help. If you want to find Eikenberry orchards, you can just go online and look them up. I believe they're in Delville. Is that correct?
Delville, Virginia. Yep.
Good deal. See you guys soon.
Bye.
Hi there. So we're off the beaten path at Black Horse Tavern. It was built in the 19th century, and that's the 1800s for anybody who's wondering. And we're here looking for ghosts. Obviously the tavern's not still here.
Yeah, we just figured since it's fall, it's near Halloween, let's do an impromptu ghost hunting. So, after thinking about it, you imagine all the people that was traveling on this road, stopping, sleeping, drinking, you know, there has to be something still hovering around this place.
Some remnants of ghost or, you know, an essence that was here before.
Yeah. So, let's provoke them. Is there anybody here? Give us a sign. Right. Want to ask something?
Are there any ghost horses around?
Nothing.
No, okay.
If there's anybody here who wants some rum, throw a rock. Throw anything. Oh. Deep from the Amazon, a shrunken head, muhahaha, or from the deep south. Today I'm going to show you how to make a little Halloween decoration out of a few things you already have at home, or you can go to your local orchard or your convenience store and pick up the supplies. Today we're going to make one of these. All you need is an apple, or a few apples, just in case you mess up. You're going to need something sharp. I'm using a pocket knife. Now, if you're going to do this with children, I would suggest probably like a butter knife. And you can do the carving and stuff with a butter knife or anything else that's not really that sharp. The first thing you're going to need to do is to peel the apple. Get all the skin off. Okay, the skin is off the apple. Now, where do you start? I mean, I don't think we normally carve apples. I'm going to show you what I do. I like to start with the eyes first, the eyes and the nose, and then later after you do it, maybe do it my way, you'll find another way that you like to do it. So, this is what you're going to do first. See if we can get this on camera. I'm just going to make one slit. So here's the top of the apple, bottom of the apple. I'm just going to place one slit like this. Now remember, if you have kids, you can do this with something duller. I mean, it's a soft apple, so you can use like a butter knife. So I place one long slit across here. And then right in the middle, I make a little triangle going diagonal. And then I do it again. Now, if you could see that, it's a line that goes here, then one line here, and one line here. It goes almost like a triangle, just without the bottom to it. Alright. So, if I would just kind of cut in here and just kind of pop that out. Now I go over here and I pop that out. That's okay. Details don't matter. There we go. And then kind of carve that out right here. Now, that doesn't look like much to you on camera, but what that does, if you can see, we have two eyes and the beginning of a nose. Now for the mouth, I do the same thing. Right underneath the nose, I just place a line here, and then I place another line here, and maybe one more here, and then I just kind of pop and cut that out. Of course, this is hard to do when I'm trying to film, but I'm just giving you a rough idea. When you start doing this, you'll understand what I'm talking about. There we go. Roughly, what we have right here is two eyes, a nose, and a mouth. Now when you do the ears, I would suggest that you just kind of you don't have to get real detailed, just kind of make a square or a circle here, and you do it on the other side, just kind of like a little circle. I just kind of mark it out. And what I do, once I mark out that circle, I cut everything around it and just kind of dig into it. See how soft that is? A kid could do this with, you know, maybe like a plastic spoon or something. So see, that would be an ear. Now, when you do the eyes here, when you're digging into this stuff, into this apple, dig in pretty deep. Go ahead and just take it down a notch and dig into the mouth, and don't try to get really detailed with the apple, because the process of it shrinking, you're going to lose most of that detail. So I would suggest when you start carving, just carve it all the way down, and even cut off some of the back. Get that kind of, woo, flying apple. Get that whittled down really good. So this is just a basic idea of what you're doing. So once you kind of carve your apple in like this, and get really creative, and get all the grooves in real deep, what you're going to do now, and this is your decision, you can soak these for about 24 hours in salt water. And if you don't want them to turn brown, you can mix a little lemon juice in that too, and let the apple soak in that. But you can have this soak in salt water for 24 hours. When you do that, it pulls all the moisture out of the apple, kind of helps it dry out. Get a coat hanger or a paper clip and bend it and stick it into the apple. Make a hook, and you can hang it up and let it dry. It takes about 2 weeks to dry. Now I'm going to tell you a shortcut with that. What I did, I took my apple, actually I made 2 of them, so I took the apples and I placed them in the oven and set it for 150. And then I just let it set there for about 2 or 3 hours. And that dried them out, not all the way, but got a good start. Then I placed the paper clip in them, and I hung them up in my window. And I just let them sit there, and it only took a week. And within a week, I got an apple that looked like this. Yeah, see? The ears. Even the mouth. Hello! And then once your apple dries out, you can decorate it. Now, I was being kind of fast with this one, but all I did was take a little super glue and put some yarn on his head and cut his hair, and I just kind of took a Sharpie and just kind of colored them in. But if you want to take your time, you can take a needle and thread. You can see how he actually has lips. You can sew his lips shut, or you can put little beads in his eyes if you want. Now, what do you do with these? Well, you can hang them outside. You can set them next. You have a Halloween party, set them next to your decorations. Or you want to be really mean, you can hang one up in your roommate's closet and see what happens. Don't do that. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Now, there's one more thing I guess I should probably mention. When you dry these things out, you will see sometimes you get a little bit of mold on them. Now, you can remove that mold with a Q-tip if you want. If you're just hanging them outside, who cares? The lemon juice does help to keep the mold from growing. And just to give you the difference, if you soak it in salt water or lemon juice, this is what they'll look like. They just don't turn that brown. If you don't soak them in salt water or lemon juice, they kind of get brown, and they can get a type of mold on them. I'm sure they'll last longer if you soak them in salt water and lemon juice. So, alright, that's how you make a shrunken head. Enjoy. Happy Halloween. Folks, I'm here with Charles Cullen. Now, Charles here has had me on his Halloween special, so what, for 2 different times, 2 different Halloweens?
Yeah, 2 different episodes, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Normally when I'm on his show, he presents me with a bunch of supernatural things, and since I'm somewhat of a skeptic, I just sit there and say, no, there are no ghosts, people don't levitate, there are no UFOs. Yeah. But Charles told me that he has a ghost story, and since I respect Charles, and I believe pretty much anything that comes out of his mouth, I'm interested to hear his ghost story.
Well, I mean, being that time of year and the season for spooky stories, and you called me up and you said, hey, you got a ghost story in mind. I was like, oh, I got one for you. And usually, I mean, even when we've done the shows in the past and I had you on, I'm usually like, okay, is it really raining frogs? Did you really see a ghost somewhere? I mean, I'm just trying to get to the truth. But this is odd. So, I'm in my car. I usually like to do a little bit of Halloween shopping. Anytime, it's always been a favorite thing of mine. Anytime October rolls around, September, October, and they start getting the Halloween stores, even some of the Walmarts, things like that, even the dollar stores. I always kind of I call it my Halloween tour. So I kind of go around and see what they got. You can find some neat skulls, bats, rubber bat, all kinds of things. I just put them in my collection. I've always done that. Done it since I was a kid. So, this is pretty much my ghost story. I pull into a parking lot, and it's one of those Halloween stores. I don't know if it's a Halloween Express, Halloween World. You know how they'll open up for a month or 2 and then they're gone. Pull into the parking lot, get out of my car, there's the Halloween store, and I look over and I see this like white car. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's not like, it was just a dull white. It wasn't like a flat white. It definitely was not a gloss white. Maybe a satin white, something like that. I mean, if you go to buy paint, you'll see there's gloss white, flat white, satin white. But just I would call it a ghostly white. I'm looking at it, I'm like, huh. So I go on in the Halloween store, look around, a few things, some mask stuff, nothing I was real impressed with. Now keep in mind, I was probably only in that Halloween store 45 minutes, not even an hour. Walk back out of the Halloween store, look over where that car was parked, the white car, gone. I look around the parking lot. That white car nowhere to be found. Almost as if it had vanished into thin air. And
You didn't see it anywhere?
nowhere.
Nowhere.
Nowhere. Just gone. In the store, come out, it's gone. I call my story the ghost car.
Huh. That's odd, because usually when I go into a store and I notice a car, it's usually there when I come back.
That one wasn't.
Huh. I have no explanation for you.
Yeah.
No.
Explain that one.
Can't. Man, that's a good one. Yeah. Beware the ghost car. Thank you, Charles.
You're welcome.
Hey, Billy here.
Nelson,
Phillip.
we just found this guy. He just appeared.
We walked into a haunted house and he materialized on us.
There he is. What's your last name?
My last name is Hurt.
So Phillip Hurt.
Phillip Hurt.
Is that H-U-R-T?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Is that your real last name?
Yes.
Not like a stage
No,
thing?
that's my real name.
Okay, okay.
And what do you do?
Well, I'd like to say that I do special effects, film and photography, low budget, of course.
Okay. Okay. So special effects like lights and like camera editing, stuff
No,
like that kind of stuff.
what you would be referred to as visual like effects or production.
Okay.
And I do practical, physical effects like fake skin, organs, gashes, trauma.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. So like bleeding wounds and stuff that goes on the face and stuff like that. Okay,
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.
So where like someone would normally do stuff like that, they would make them beautiful, and he, on the other hand, takes a beautiful person and then makes them look hideous. Is that about right?
Grotesque.
And what type of effects do you do? Like witches, monsters, what's up?
Well, zombies are real popular now, so I get a big demand for that. Here recently, I did a music video for some guys that involved more kill scenes and traumas. Like I had an eye ripped out on a fork.
Oh wow.
I had one girl's throat cut with a broken piece of vinyl record. So
Wow, we'd love to see some stuff like that. That'd be pretty cool.
Last name Hurt.
yeah,
Do you have a Facebook or anything?
I do. I have a personal Facebook, and then I have one for my company, which is Your Dead Effects.
You're Dead Effects, and his last name's Hurt.
Nice.
And which
Nice.
one of us has let him put the?
Yeah, it's definitely you, Nelson. Yeah, we're gonna make this guy creepy.
This is going to be a challenge because I'm already pretty creepy. Yeah. Well, thanks, Phillip. Let's turn me into a creature.
All right, let's do it.
Heck yeah.
Four. Skin tone lighter than his. People always make the mistakes of doing
Darker.
whites or solid grains, but there is no white in decomposition.
Been doing your research.
Yeah. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to use some teeth. They're exposed.
Make me teeth out of cotton.
And we're going to dip in latex and put it on your lip. This is time consuming.
A little epoxy, a big jug of blood.
Razor blade.
For some reason, I want a potato chip.
You must be the Monopoly guy.
So I had thought that you were gonna just attach that other mouth to him.
No, I decided to go from scratch on this for the sake of entertainment.
Okay.
Not for time, though.
So after you're done with this, when he takes it off, can he reuse it?
Yeah, if it comes off in one piece. Ideally, this is a very backyard method of doing makeup. If we were in a studio somewhere in Hollywood, we would take a positive of his face, we would sculpt onto that, we would take the clay out, we would make a negative, fill that with latex, may put the positive back in there, bake it, pull the positive out, and then you would have this, which would ideally be a little more of a professional job, but we're DIYing it here, so.
Hey, that's okay. We're off the beaten path.
There you go. So now we're going to let this set up, and then I'm going to paint it. In the meantime, I'm going to do this to your face. I don't know if I got enough makeup to cover this hairline, Nelson. Okay.
Take a look.
You kids, get out of my yard!
The reflection of the close one eye. Close just one eye. Let me see. There's like, you see your eyes are? No, I can't see. A bunch of light skin tone around your eyes. That's because you clench them so tight when you close them. Oh, I see. I paint your wrinkles and that. I gotcha. Well, no, I kept laughing and kept tightening up because I kept thinking like you being so hard and not open. Stretch tattoo, Nelson. Which one? The new one. He's laughing at you. Yeah. That's more for us. I'm cold and hungry. Itchy, scratchy.
So we lost Nelson. I'm not really feeling a pulse here, so looked like Phillip Hurt here did a pretty good job. I appreciate it, Phillip.
Yeah, man. Just did some basic brush strokes and some airbrushing and some latex and.
Man, it looks real.
Are you leaking over there?
What is it? I don't remember. I don't remember that blood. Ooh! Oh my God! What the? Wow. That's some pretty effective makeup there, right? Nelson. Nelson. Ah!
You want to leave that on? Do you think that works? I'm not sure.
I don't care. Either way.
We're
That'd be good. That'd be good.
We're gonna laugh at this piece of footage later.
I know.
That wind.
I don't feel a pulse anymore. So this is Phillip Harris, and he's oh, sorry.
All right, start over.
No, edit. All right.
Phillip Hurt.
Phillip Hurt. Sorry, there's another Filipino. Phillip Hurt. This is so this is Phillip Hurt,
And
and
start completely over.
we were gonna edit it.
Be a hard head edit. So okay.
All right, Nelson.
Testing, 1 2 1 2. Drop the camera by accident. Oh.
Yep. Yeah. What do you think?
This is good.